Do you feel overwhelmed by big tasks or struggle when learning something new? The key is to use the divide and conquer rule. I first heard of it back when I was in college and never stopped using it. It's a game changer. It helped me get things done, and today I'm sharing it with you. Hi there, my name is Akram and I'm a web developer based in Hamburg, Germany. Back in college, I was a computer science major. I first learned about the divide and conquer strategy in my algorithms class, but throughout the years, I realized that this is an effective method in many fields, not just computer science. Let's start by defining the concept. According to Wikipedia, in computer science, divide and conquer is an algorithm design paradigm. A divide and conquer algorithm recursively breaks down a problem into two or more sub-problems of the same or related type, until these problems became simple enough to be solved directly. The solutions to the sub-problems are combined to give a solution to the original problem. It is basically a way to tackle big tasks by breaking them down into smaller parts. You solve each small part individually, then you combine them to solve the original big task. I'll give you an example. You want to divide a piece of paper into 16 equal parts. If you try to do it all at once, it is impossible. Instead, you can start by dividing it in half, which results in two equal parts. Then you can divide each of these two parts in half again. You can continue this process of dividing until you have 16 equal pieces. So breaking the task into smaller chunks made it easier to solve. This can be applied to any field. For instance, if you are new to web development, you can use the strategy to learn more effectively. At the beginning of your learning journey, looking at all the programming languages at once could be overwhelmed. That's when divide and conquer comes in handy. Let's say your goal is to become a front-end developer. You can start by identifying the specific area that you want to master. You'll probably need to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Once you have identified your goals, you can begin to divide your learning into smaller and more focused parts. For example, you can start by learning the basics of HTML, such as creating a simple web page with headings, paragraphs, or images. Then, you can move on to more advanced HTML topics such as forms, tables, and multimedia. Once you have a solid understanding of HTML, you can then focus on CSS. Start with the basic CSS concepts like selectors, properties, and value. Once you've mastered those, you can tackle more advanced topics such as responsive design or animations. Finally, you can move on to JavaScript to learn how to add interactivity to your functionality to your website. As usual, you start with simpler concepts like variables and functions and build up to more complex ones. This method helps you stay motivated throughout the entire process. Having smaller milestones allows you to evaluate your progress and cherish every step of the way. At the end, you will realize that you gradually build up your skills and knowledge until your main goal became achievable. This strategy can also be applied to big projects. We've all experienced feeling overloaded and not knowing where to begin when working on something big. I personally was swamped when I first started my own business. I had a lot of ideas but no clue how to start. Many tasks need to be done. I knew that trying to tackle everything at once would be overwhelming, so I decided to resort to the divide and conquer rule once again. As many of you know, I started an e-commerce business to sell cosmetic products. The main part was building the website. I started by breaking the project into several tasks. This included designing the user interface, developing the backend and database, and testing the website functionalities. I then divided them into subtasks. For the user interface design, I began by creating a homepage as well as the product and the checkout pages. Then, I focused on creating a visually appealing design to reflect my brand's image. For the backend development part, I started by creating a database scheme that could accommodate all the necessary information, mainly customer data, product information, and order details. I made sure to test each step individually. This helped me detect errors at an early stage, which saved me money and time in the long run. Next, I created a secure login system that could protect the user's information, then integrated it into the website. After that, I performed throughout the testing to make sure that all the payment transactions were processed correctly. Finally, it was time to run the series of tests to ensure that the website was functioning properly. I tested all the pages and the features together. I wanted to make sure that all the links, buttons, and everything works correctly and that the website loaded smoothly. Focusing on one task at a time while also knowing what my next step was going to be was key to my success. If you too are about to start working on a big project, I strongly recommend that you follow these steps. This will make things easier and less stressful for you. Divide and conquer is a versatile technique. You can personalize it to make it work according to your needs. Breaking any process down into smaller tasks will help you to get things done faster and more effectively. In sports, teams often use the strategy to break down their opponent's defense and create opportunities to score. In economics, portfolio diversification involves dividing investments into smaller portions and then investing in each to minimize risk. You can even apply it to your day-to-day life. Whether you are trying to lose weight, plan a party, or even clean your house, you should always consider the divide and conquer. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope that you had fun and learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and you don't miss any other future content. And if you ever try this method, don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. I will see you in the next time.